I'm going to be honest with you, funding business owners, as an agency that has worked with hundreds and hundreds of funding operators for the past 8-9 years. Most of the time, it's not a lead problem. Most of the time, it's an actual system problem. And what I see a lot is the lack of communication between the funding business and the agency, or the lack of understanding from an actual agency perspective. A lot of times, agencies just tries to push a whole bunch of cheap leads to you. But cheap leads don't always mean more money in your pocket. It doesn't mean more moolah. You need to be able to understand that you can't just shoot in the dark with ads. That doesn't make any sense. It's like there's a couple of people over here. It's like a machine gun trying to mow them all down. You miss all these bullets everywhere. It goes everywhere. So much collateral damage. What I'm saying is you need to be more like a sniper. You need to be specific with the type of people you really want to attract. So what this ends up being is that your closers need to be able to tell your agency that this lead is good. This lead cash collected. This lead made me money. I want more of these leads because they actually paid me money. But this lead over here paid me a lot more money too. So, you're always going to have these sales calls from ads. Yes, that's great. That's very easy. You can watch a YouTube video on how to bring more sales calls. But sales calls that actually fund is a totally different story. And in order to get sales calls that actually fund, that closer needs to have some sort of communication between the closer, the agency, and Meta. That closer needs to directly tell Meta, the ad, that this ad came in, brought this lead, and this lead brought this cash. This way, Meta prioritizes that specific ad to bring more of the people you want to work with. And you can use software like Hyros as an example, so that when you're using Go High Level, you're plugging in money, or you're using another CRM like Zoho, that you take that monetary value, you assign that monetary value, $10,000 cash collected, to a specific lead. That lead came in from ad A. Great. Now we're going to push more of a budget to ad A. And great. Now that the audience on Meta understands that this lead came in from ad A, brought this amount of cash. Great. Now Meta's then going to teach how to find more of those audiences to better put your ad in front of people that are actually going to resonate with your offer. So you need to have a system that whenever a call comes in, your closer needs to rank those as well too. Good fit or bad fits, the very, very simplest. Objections that these people might have, notes and cash collected, if they show up or not showed up, and all that information needs to be pushed into the agency and then pushed into Meta, so that Meta teaches it how to optimize and bring you more time people you actually really want to work with. That stops leads from being inconsistent. That stops unapprovals from being inconsistent as well too. So implement those systems. If you need help with it, if you need help better adding a system that communicates with your leads, to Meta, to your agency, to your ads, they're all syncs up as one and brings them more type of people you want to work with, reach out to me. I got your back. Peace.